Hello, Divine Feminine. We are here for your Divine Masculine reading today. Hope you guys are doing well, as always, and that you're feeling good. And if you're not, you're in the middle of something like the dark night of the soul or some back and forth baloney with you and your Divine Masculine. Hopefully this reading will shed a little bit of light onto what it is that you are both going through so that you can feel a little bit better. As you guys know, I have been a life coach now for many, many years, and I love what I do. And I've chosen to work with twin flames because of the fact that I myself have experienced my own twin flame journey. Now, 5 years ago, yes, it's been a full 5 years. I can't believe it's been that long. But 5 years ago, if you had asked me about twin flames, I would not have known what you were talking about. And I would have thought you were probably a little bit woo-woo or something, you know? Not that I was a judgmental person or anything. I just knew nothing about twin flames. And I would have been extraordinarily skeptical about anything like this. I probably would have thought that myself was someone who had a tendency toward obsession and couldn't get over things quickly or easily, which was actually the exact opposite of the type of person that I was. Having gone through this experience and knowing, that I was, I had issues. Everyone does, right? And I had strengths and weaknesses and things that I, needed to work on. But being codependent, and not getting over somebody, well, I'm going to rephrase that. I did have a type of codependency, but it wasn't that kind of codependency, okay? It really wasn't. It was not that kind of codependency. But I was not somebody who, obsessed over things and made somebody like the center of my existence. That's a better way to say it. I was pretty independent and really rational and fair-minded, and I could kind of look at things and analyze my way through them. And, I was strong. I was strong in many ways. I always figured out how to get through situations, and I still have those strengths. However, what was different with this is the way that this just knocks you off your feet, right? Like, you can be the strongest, most put together person, and the twin flame comes in and just knocks you off your feet. Everything in your life blows up and everything changes. And it is all by design and planned that way. So it's nothing that you did. It's nothing that I did. And it's nothing that the twin flame did either. It's called a spiritual awakening. And every spiritual awakening, since the dawn of human history, has had a dark night of the soul. Whether it's your twin flame that acknowledges it, ignites it, or something else that ignites it. Every spiritual awakening has a dark night of the soul. It's part of the awakening process. It's the, come to Jesus moment in time. And, it's part of what every single one of you guys is going through. Now, before in the internet, I don't know that, it was communicated well, like the idea of twin flames, because, they didn't have the ability to be able to communicate with other people the way that we do. So there is a huge blessing in that for those of us that are going through this right now. But I bet you that a lot of twin flames back then didn't know why this happened to them. They didn't have books to reference. They just kind of had to like figure some stuff out on their own and go through the process. And so their twin flame could have been someone that passed through their town, or, you know, that they suddenly met, you know, at a certain point in time in their life. And they just had to deal with and cope with all of this stuff without any resources, which in some ways could have been easier. And because of my journey, I know that. You know, some people's twin flames are constantly in and out, in and out, in and out. Mine was blocked for a certain point for a long period of time. And I used to be envious of people who had in and out relationships with their twin flame. But now I realize what a blessing it was to just not even have that contact during that period of time. So, you know, all of the material on the internet, all of the tarot readings and all of the things that we have access to right now in mainstream world with twin flames. I mean, there's even songs now about twin flames. It's really blown up over the last 5 years. And that can really create a lot more like immersion and obsession in the twin flame dynamic, which it can be very difficult in and of itself. So anyway, let's get into this reading. 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck is the overall energy for the reading today. Your numerology number is 55. That number's come up recently. Had some doubles coming up quite a bit recently. So you got, 10, 55, or 5 as your numbers there. All right, so, let's start here. 4 of Cups. With 4 of Cups in reverse as the overall energy for your reading today, a new outlook, a new direction, something different is going on in your divine masculine's psyche. They've got a new perspective, a new way of looking at things. And so they are shifting positions from where they were prior to whatever it is that kind of ignited that. In recent past, we have King of Cups in reverse for your divine masculine. So they've been in an abusive situation. They've experienced maybe quite a bit of abuse throughout their life. Most likely they're not always, sometimes they can have had a very charmed and pretty easy life, and in an unsuspecting moment, they end up in a very abusive relationship with somebody that they have developed feelings for. But oftentimes people who end up in abusive relationships have experienced a history of abuse in many varying degrees and forms. And so that's why they kind of continuously repeat these patterns and seek out this type of relationship subconsciously, because there's wounds that need to be healed. And so your divine masculine has been dealing with an abusive situation, anywhere from kind of minor abuse all the way up to some pretty severe stuff. In their karmic situation, we have the Fool and 3 of Wands in reverse. So there's been some setbacks. There's been some things that have prevented your divine masculine from progressing forward. But there is a part of them that really, really wants to. They want something different. I think the Fool right here is showing up due to the fact that the overall energy of the reading is change. They're embarking on something new, and it is being ignited by whatever stuff is going on in this relationship. There's the difficulty and the things that are making them unhappy are kind of serving as a catalyst for that change. They're recognizing a lot of what they don't want, but there's something that's holding them back from stepping out and taking those first steps at this point in time toward a brighter and better future. The desire, though, is there. And toward you, we have Page of Cups and Six of Wands in reverse. So they feel like the way that they met you is interesting. They recognize that there's something inherently different about the connection that they have with you. And they are feeling like they kind of want to just run away from all this stuff and just, like, they wish they could just, like say it was like a bunch of heavy rocks that they were carrying. They wish they could just drop all of them and take off and go away with you. They want to leave their life behind at this point. They really wish they didn't have entanglements and ties to things that they felt were holding them back from being able to learn and explore and, have this, amazing, wonderful relationship with you. So there's a very positive feeling that they have toward you at this stage in your relationship. It's not like anything that they've experienced before. They know that it's different and it's intoxicating for your divine masculine. Currently, we have Seven of Cups. And so the current energy that your divine masculine is experiencing is they feel like they are dealing with some commitment issues. I think that this is due to the fact that they feel very torn between this world and this one. There is absolute clarity in your divine masculine's mind that this is what they want. This is the kind of probably the new beginning that they're looking at. But something over here has been holding them back. And we're seeing some of that energy still surfacing and being exhibited currently at this time. They don't really know which way to go. Well, hold on. I'm going to take that back. They know which way to go. They really do. But they don't know how to untangle themselves from the mess that they're already in. That's the energy very clearly coming through in this reading. Currently, in the karmic situation that they're dealing with, they've got Five of Wands in reverse and Seven of Pentacles. So they don't feel strong in this relationship. The boundaries that they set are constantly being pushed and poked and prodded. And they, again, feel like something is stopping them from being able to move forward. It's almost like they feel like a salmon swimming upstream. There's a lot of effort being put into it to go absolutely nowhere. If you catch my drift. They're really in a place of mixed feelings and emotions. There's a lot of avoidance that I see happening here, like maybe when they're on their way home from work, they're taking an extra long time to get there. They're driving the long route home, or they are showing up late to work. If this is a work situation, they're showing up late. There's a lot of avoidance behavior being exhibited. And so whatever it is that's not resonating with them, they can't help but feel repelled. And so all kinds of procrastinating behaviors are showing up as coping mechanisms and tools for them to avoid conflict, avoid having to deal with the energy of this situation. Toward you, we have Strength and 9 of Wands. This is current for your Divine Masculine and how they feel for you as we're speaking. So they do feel that their boundaries in their relationship with you are oftentimes very respected. They also have a misperception of how it is that you want to be treated, though. They are avoiding spending some time with you sometimes because they don't want to pull you into their drama, and they're thinking for you, right? So they're not asking you like, well, how do you feel about this? Or would you like this? Or is this okay? Instead, they're over rationalizing and thinking for you and making those decisions. And sometimes that is actually out of sync with what you actually want and desire. But they do feel such a profound respect for you that's why they're doing that. They're really trying hard to make sure that they do the right thing. What's happening though is sometimes they're actually making you feel rejected, and they don't realize that they're doing that. They're motivating cause for how they're acting is kind of blurring the clarity for them. They do feel, though, that the way that you treat them is very authentic, very pure, very natural. The connection feels good. There is a bond there that they have felt since day one. Something about you, from the moment that they looked at you, felt right. They were drawn to your energy, and it was a strong feeling, which is why they have so many mixed emotions. If you had never come into their life, they would be reacting differently over here, because maybe that's part of what snapped them out of the coma that this karmic situation had kept them in. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really helps us further our growth with the channel. And if you're getting something wonderful out of this content, or that you like it or appreciate it, it's resonating or helping you on your journey, it would mean a lot to us, me, if you guys would hit like and subscribe, or even share the channel with anyone that you know could benefit from it. Also, we do have one-on-ones available. Group calls are awesome. They're very inexpensive. You get to talk to us quite a bit throughout the month and network with many other twin flames through our internal community that we have set up. So all that information is in the description box below, as well as links for personal tarot readings if you'd like a personal tarot reading. Currently, we have 10 of Cups. Oh, I'm sorry, not currently. Future. We're not in current, we are in future right now. So kind of as things continue to progress, the energy that your Divine Masculine may start exhibiting is the energy of 10 of Cups. And this is a great card because this is total love and support, clarity, authenticity, wonderful communication, really putting your loved ones first, and just being in a place of feeling, like harmony in your life. There's balance. You feel content. This is an energy that your Divine Masculine is currently seeking, and it's the draw and the pull through that inner vision toward you that is pulling them toward wanting this more and more. I feel in your Divine Masculine's mind, this is the way that they feel when they're around you. And they've had a taste of this now, which makes them feel like all this stuff over here is just not quite doing it for them anymore. In the karmic situation, we have the Lovers. and Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Lover's card coming up over here on the karmic side is interesting because there was something originally with whoever they've been in a karmic relationship with that kind of lured them in. And they've been thinking a lot about what started all of this. Like, where did it come from? Why did I even end up in this relationship to begin with? What are the strengths? So there's like a lot of analyzing going on around this relationship. And the conclusions that they're drawing are that maybe they didn't start out with the same core values. Maybe they didn't go into it for the same reasons. Maybe it wasn't the right relationship, but it wasn't the wrong relationship either. Like, they're kind of recognizing that it was just something that needed to happen in order for them to get to where they're at right now. So they're starting to make sense of things, which is actually good, because sometimes before we can untangle ourselves from a situation, we have to try to make sense of it. In a karmic relationship, it's sent there for us to learn a lesson. And oftentimes the karmic bond can't be broken until the lesson is learned. So the fact that they're untangling themselves from this situation that feels like a mess means that they are approaching that place where that karmic bond can break, and then they can move on and have that freedom that they are seeking right here. Toward you, Divine Feminine, we have Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor, both in reverse. So they recognize that there's parts of the relationship with you that haven't had the opportunity to mature properly. They realize that a lot of the relationship with you has suffered due to egoic patterns, perceptions, programming. They're getting to a place of really becoming enlightened in what this relationship is about. Now, if you look right here, this king is sitting here, the Emperor, and the key right here, you see these little keys, have a masculine and a feminine energy at the top of two pillars. Okay, and that masculine and feminine energy are relating to the balance that happens within. And your divine masculine is becoming more balanced with their internal energy due to the fact that they have met you and they have started, they embarked on this journey with you, which created a lot of inner transformation for your divine masculine at this time. But again, they realize that there are some things that they need to resolve still. They need to have some conversations with you. They need to express to you what's been going on. I feel that there's been a lot of synchronicities that your divine masculine is starting to realize are not just a coincidence, but there is something deeper there. And they've been holding all of this in, and they just want to take some time to share it with you, because I think they know that you will understand. They know that you'll understand. They know that you will get it. Of all of the people in their life, they know that when it comes to who they are, that you are loving and you have an unconditional acceptance of who they are. Especially at this point in time, because Divine Feminine, you will have been going through transformations yourself and also balancing out those energies within you. And you'll have a much deeper understanding of what unconditional love is and how to navigate your way through that kind of connection. So that is a wonderful reading for the two of you. I really, really like this one. It's really, truly a beautiful connection that I see between the two of you, but it does seem like it's been fraught with a lot of difficult and confusing moments for both of you. Let's get you guys an oracle card. Again, you guys, thank you so much for, this card just fell out, you know, supporting the channel. It really means a lot. You know, it's so funny because as I was holding this card up right here, and I was talking about the masculine and the feminine energy and the two pillars, right? Creating balance, and that's the key. I was thinking of the caduceus, but I thought I don't want to over-explain it and, you know, go into what the caduceus means. Some of you are going to know, some of you aren't. You should research this if you don't, because if you're on a twin flame journey, you need to know. Again, that's something that we can help you learn, is a lot of these things that are part of the spiritual path that you need to understand when you're on this twin flame journey. But interestingly, as I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about the caduceus and the two energies, and knowing that that has to do with inner union and balance, and we see that in the outside world, in the outer planes of existence, that duality. But the goal of the twin flames, the mission of the twin flames, is inner union, which of course creates outer union, not with just your twin flame, but with all things. And that's the purpose of meeting your twin flame. You're meeting your counterpart, right? The masculine and the feminine, intertwined, separate, right? That's the key. Balancing that inner energy, which goes up and creates the enlightenment, the connection to the higher self where you guys are connected. Now, there's a whole lot more to this symbol right here than what I just told you. A whole lot more. Once you know this, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like, holy crap. It makes so much sense, the twin flame experience. It really does. So that's a key for you guys. I think that's so interesting that that showed up right here at the end as your oracle card. These oracle cards, though, are so freaking cool, you guys, because they show up in these readings for you so synchronistically. They always have something to do with the reading. And I don't know if you guys have ever done a reading. It took me a long time to learn how to read cards. I was very uncomfortable with it at first. Not because I had a problem with the cards, but just because of, you know, watching a lot of different readers and stuff like that, and feeling like, who am I to be doing this, and learning what the cards mean, and where, you know, where is this coming from? And you really just have to allow the cards to give you the meaning, right? And so it's an intuitive experience with these cards. And so I find it to be so fascinating how they come together, and then how the oracle card, because nothing's planned, it's just all organic. The oracle card always brings it in. It always wraps it up in a nice, neat little package. And if that's not divinely inspired, I don't know what is. The caduceus. The caduceus is often associated with the medical profession because it's about healing, guys. Being represented synonymously with the rod of Asclepius in Greek tradition, that it was the staff carried by the god Hermes, the winged messenger. When the caduceus appears in a reading, it relates to the medical profession. Are you in the medical profession? Have you been drawn towards a service profession? Are you a healer or a light worker? Do you feel the need to help others and don't know why? Medicine is a generalized term that can refer to more than just physical health. This card is a catalyst to take action for yourself and others by using your natural healing abilities. When the caduceus card falls inverted, so this is just the inverted meaning, and I'm going to read it to you, even though I don't do inverted oracle cards. When it gives me this information, I just include all of it, and you can decide what applies. When the Caduceus card falls inverted, issues of health may be present. Are you taking good care of yourself and giving yourself the attention you need in order to be healthy? Mentally, spiritually, and physically. That's the 3 planes of existence. Okay, that's the Trinity. It reminds you to remember you are a patient and deserve healing too. This can also apply to the health of another close to you. And I know that it does because you are in a twin flame relationship, and you and your divine masculine are the physical representations of this dualistic energy that everyone has, because you are the divine feminine, they are the divine masculine. But that doesn't mean that you have no masculine energy and that they have no feminine energy. No, it's about energy. It's not about gender. It's about polarization and how this is part of the blueprint of everything in the world. It's the sacred geometry that manifests as the material world around us. And you have these energies within you. And so when you go in and you make this your highest priority, which is healing yourself, then you do the same thing by default, because you are connected here, union, one with one another. So as it happens for one, it happens for the other. And again, with the 2 triangles, upside down and right side up, when you put that together, you have the Star of David. And that is the Merkaba. This is the Chariot. Brings you to enlightenment. It takes you to those higher dimensions of consciousness. You met your twin flame, you're going to higher levels of consciousness. You guys, this is no joke. This is real stuff that you guys are experiencing. It's not just a bunch of maybes. You guys are really going through a very incredible transformation. I love you guys. I hope that this reading resonated with you and taught you something. And again, if you can, please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.